The name and the call give your servitor a distinct and memorable name. You do not want to confuse one servitor with another at a later date, so make sure the name is easy to remember. Some people like to name a servitor after its form, qualities, or purpose. Other people prefer to use non-English words created from random letters or by applying patterns to letters. So long as the name feels right to you, it will work, but you should avoid using the name of a spirit that you already know exists. Calling your servitor Angel Gabriel or naming it after a famous person is not a good choice, as this dilutes the servitor's identity. When it comes to naming, I believe that some grandeur helps make the spirit feel like a real and powerful entity. Your servitor can be named with a single word, or a combination of words. Keep the name secret unless creating a group servitor, which is discussed later in the book. Servitors respond to their name when called. Say, or think the servitor's name 3 times, allow yourself to sense its presence, and that is all that's required. Some people find that they want to bring some ritual to this moment. As well as saying the name, they make a hand gesture, stare at the servitor's sigil, which is covered in a later chapter, or speak a word of power. The reason to add more complexity to this process is that you may find it easier to perceive a servitor when the calling feels more ritualistic. Some people simply find that saying a servitor's name is a bit of an underdone method, and it feels more magical if you perform a ritual. You might, for example, use some of the other sensory information to call the servitor. You may create a servitor so that it is called on when you imagine the smell of roses, the sound of wind through trees, and blue light coming through the servitor's sigil, and then chant its name. When you're creating your first servitor, how do you know which method you prefer? Unfortunately, you don't yet, so I recommend an approach that lies between simplicity and complexity.